Okay, so today we're going to talk about subtracting decimals. So let's see here. Okay, so to subtract decimals, we're going to line up the decimal points, fill in missing numbers with 0. Then I'm going to change this one because we're not dealing with negatives. I am going to do number 3 as subtract and bring down your decimal point. Okay, so we're going to line up the decimal points. We're going to fill in any missing numbers with 0, and then we're going to subtract and bring down our decimal point. So looking at 0.98 minus 0.7. So when we subtract, we always put our bigger number on top. So I'm going to put 0.98 on top, minus, I'm going to line up my decimal point, 0.7, and then I'm going to add a 0 here just so I know that that's what goes there. We could add a 0 to any end of a decimal. It's not going to change the value. So then we can go ahead and subtract. 8 minus 0 is 8. 9 minus 7 is 2. And bring down your decimal point. So your answer is 0.28. Next one, 2.78 minus 0.25. We're going to put our bigger number on top, 2.78 minus, line up your decimal points and your numbers. And then if you need to, put a 0 here so you know that there is an actual number there. So we can subtract 8 minus 5 is 3. 7 minus 2 is 5. 2 minus 0 is 2. So we got 2.53. Next one, 12.5 minus 3.4. So 12.5 is going on top because it's bigger. Put your decimal point and your numbers. Okay, we need to put a 0 up top. And then we can subtract. So we have 0 minus 4. We can't do 0 minus 4. So we need to go next door, make our 5 a 4. Our 0 becomes a 10. So then we got 10 minus 4, which is 6. 4 minus 3, which is 1. Could add zeros there if you need to. 2 minus 0 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. Then bring down your decimal point. Okay? So we're going to have to remember our borrowing skills for some of these. Okay, then you have your practice problems. So we're going to line up the decimal point, fill in any missing numbers with a 0. I'm going to subtract and bring down the decimal point. Okay, so go ahead and do these practice problems, then check back in and we can review your answers. All right, so let's take a look. We got 0.56, that's going on top because that's your bigger number. Minus, line up your decimal point, 0.2, and then add a 0 underneath. 6 minus 0 is 6. 5 minus 2 is 3. Bring down your decimal point. Next one, 4.76 minus 0.56. This one's easy enough because it's the same amount of numbers. So 0, 2, 4. So your answer is 4.20. Then we got 45.6 minus 0.21. So 45.6 going on top because it's bigger. Then we have our decimal point, 2, 1. Need to add a 0 up top. Cannot do 0 minus 1, so you got to go next door, make that a 5. 10 minus 1 is 9. 5 minus 2 is 3. Bring down your decimal point. 5 minus 0 is 5. 4 minus 0 is 4. So your answer is 45.39. So that is how we subtract decimals.